it's a 4,000-year-old Aboriginal trade route, trail and link between the trade route between the Gulf of Mexico and the North Shore copper mines of Lake Superior. Etienne Brulé went by my door in 1615 on his way to Lake Ontario. In 1787, the British purchased the trail from the Mississaugas as an inland route to the upper Great Lakes, safe from American attack. Surveyor Augustus Jones made this map in 1792. My home is near the Seneca site labeled Taiagon. The plaque being installed on the trail in Weston was unveiled by Carolyn King, former chief of the Mississaugas of the Credit, in 2011, with ceremonial prayers by Elder Gary Sue. Next. We are privileged to, in the Golden Horseshoe, to live in a remnant of one of the 7 black oak savannas in North America. In 1996, Gavin Miller and I inventoried 150 Aboriginal oak trees along the first 4 kilometers of the carrying place and approached the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation to name them after Tubananiquay, the daughter of Wabanose, their chief at the time of the 1787 treaty purchase. Tubananiquay would later act as a guide for surveyor Augustus Jones. Their son, Peter Jones, named Kakoakwanabe by his grandfather Wabanose, would become chief of the Mississaugas himself. He had an audience with Queen Victoria in 1839 advocating for their land rights. This grove was proclaimed by Metro Chairman Alan Tonks and York Mayor Francis Nunziata on May 3, 1997. Next. This proclamation was a big step in the recognition of Aboriginal and natural heritage. The ceremonies took place in Cashman Park with later Grand Chief Larry Solt, giving the blessing from the Mississaugas of the New Credit and planting a bur oak with Chairman Tonks. They really worked hard. Next. The young tree that was planted needed to be cared for. Here, 15 years later, across from the National Sites and Monuments plaque for the carrying place, is the tree that they planted. The then 7-year-old boy who lived nearby it and watered it now likes to sit under it with his friends. Next. Midway in the grove stands this 25-meter tall, 300-year-old great white oak at a Jane bus stop. A young tree when Alexander Henry passed it in 1765, describing his journey down the passage, escorted by 12 Mississaugas. It was part of the canopy when Frobisher passed it in 1785 and Simcoe on September 22, 1793. In 1815, it witnessed Colonel Babi's return from being a prisoner of war of the Americans to become Upper Canada's Minister of Finance. It saw Bloor Danforth become a highway with streetcars and then a subway. Its 10,000-year-old gene pool is the most viable in the face of climate change. In 2009, this magnificent tree was one of the first included in the database of the Ontario Heritage Tree Alliance for its size, age, beauty, and role in history.